Assalamu alaikum. The topic for today is attempting economics A-levels paper 2. Paper 1 is completely MCQ based, so we are going to talk about the descriptive or theory or essay based paper, which is paper 2. Paper 2 will have 3 sections. Section A, which is a compulsory section. All questions are compulsory. There is no choice. This section is 20 marks and it's a data response or a case study based question or section, you can say that. In section B and C, you have a choice. You have to attempt one question out of 2. Both the questions are 20 marks each, as the paper is completely of 60 marks. The mark breakdown for the questions that you have to attempt is one question will be 8 mark and second part of that question will be of 12 mark, or one part 8 mark, one part 12 marks. Let's have a look at how do we attempt an 8 marker. In this video I'm only going to cover how do you attempt an 8 marker, and in the next video I will cover how do you attempt a 12 marker. In the 8 marker question, the marks are divided according to objectives that based on which you are assessed, means assessment objectives or AO, as you can see in the marking scheme and in the syllabus as well. Now there are 3 marks for knowledge and understanding, 3 marks for analysis and application, and 2 marks for evaluation. That makes a total of 6 marks. For this question 8 marker also, you are required to provide a valid and justified conclusion as well. How do we go about all of it? Let's have a look. Knowledge and understanding means core concepts that need to be discussed in the question. For example, this is a question which says use a PPC diagram to explain how government in a mixed economy might allocate resources to consumption and fewer resources to investment. Consider limitations of this approach to resource allocation. So the core concept here is the PPC. First you will give definition of PPC and you will draw a PPC diagram. You will have to label both the axes of the PPC diagram. So on one axis you will label consumer goods and on the other axis you will label capital goods. Why? Because we are talking about investment, which means capital goods, and resources to consumption means consumer goods, right? And in the core concepts you can write changes in quantity produced needs to be shown clearly on the diagram, right? I have written curve here, but you have PPC curve. You have to show the changes clearly on the diagram. Moving ahead, analysis and application. What does analysis mean? Analysis means that you are going to explain it connecting to the case. Which case? Case of mixed economy, as the question asks, right? And you are going to provide an explanation which looks like analysis, or you are analyzing the situation. While you are analyzing the situation, these are the connectives that you need to use. Why do we need to use the connectives? So that the entire write-up looks coherent. It doesn't look like you have pulled one string from one other balloon, another string from another balloon, and everything is there scattered in isolation. So you have to write it in such a way that it all looks coherent. So the words that you can use are as a result of, this would lead to, similarly, resultantly, etc. You have to, if you refer back to the diagram and provide an analysis of that also, that will give you extra marks, or that will earn you solid marks. Now comes the evaluation part. I had missed out one thing while I was making notes, so let's see the connectives that you need to use for evaluation. They include however, on the other hand, in contrast, on the flip side, although, despite, etc. By using these words, you show an understanding that there is always a disadvantage or a limitation or a flip side of whatever you are suggesting, and you need to take that into consideration as well. That is called an evaluation. So what is an evaluation? In this question, they have clearly asked for limitations of the approach to resource allocation. It means that they have already asked you on their own that you need to give an evaluation. So you will give limitation and provide clear flip side of the issue that we are discussing, like PPC in a mixed economy and whatever they are required to do, that will be considered as a good evaluation. You end the answer with a conclusion. Conclusion according to the new requirements is required, and you have to give a clear conclusion. Whatever point you are making, you have to give an explanation of that point as well, or a justification of a point as well, which is why you are suggesting what you are suggesting, or why you are concluding what you are concluding. It's just a one or two liner that gives a good conclusion, right? Now, there are certain issues when children are writing answers and when you are writing evaluations and conclusions. Number one issue, is evaluation equal to conclusion? The answer is no. Evaluation is not equal to conclusion. In evaluation, you are giving a flip side or limitation or disadvantages, or if in the main content you are required to discuss disadvantages, you will be giving advantages in the flip side. But a conclusion is summing up of your entire answer and bringing it to conclusion of a one liner along with a valid justification. Then we have, should evaluation be left for the end? It depends. It depends completely on you and your writing style. If your writing style suggests that you should be including evaluation while writing the analysis, that's completely fine. If your writing style suggests that you need to be including you need to include the evaluation at the end, that is also completely fine, right? In this question, it's clear that it would be easy and it would be better if you write limitations after you have provided the analysis. For example, a key limitation to PPC is that it assumes fixed resources and technology, whereas in reality these factors change over time. The PPC does not consider efficiency, meaning that an economy may be operating inside the curve due to unemployment or underutilization of resources. This is one of the limitations that I have highlighted, and this can come at the end in this question. But if there is a question about, say, taxation, will taxation always benefit the economy or benefit all economic agents? If that's the question, when you will write about taxation, you will say that if taxes are increased, then the government will be able to generate more revenue in taxes, but consumer expenditure might come down if direct taxes, suppose, are increased, because their disposable income will decrease after paying heavy taxes. As consumer income decreases, expenditure decreases, and that could lead to decreasing demand, further leading to lower production, potential layoffs, and reduced investments, ultimately causing a downturn in the economy. You have made a point of analysis about taxation, and evaluation is given right there in this case. Okay, so it depends completely on you whether you want to write evaluation side by side with your analysis, or you want to write an evaluation before you end the answer, before conclusion. And it also depends upon the type of question that you have. In every question, you wouldn't be able to present evaluation side by side with the analysis, and in every question it wouldn't be good or better to present the evaluation before conclusion. It all depends on the type of question that is given and your personal preference as well. Both are correct. There is no personal preference of the examiner for this. The examiner is definitely looking for evaluation, but where you place it, it's all up to you. I hope it helps. I'll see you in another video where I'll be discussing the format of a 12 marker. Thank you.